Welcome to Life Devotions. I'm Robert Maasbach. You know, we read in the Kings, I believe, of a story of a widow of a prophet. And she had debts that she couldn't pay. And the debt collectors were threatening to take her children and sell them. That wouldn't be done today, but they did that in those days. And she didn't know what to do. And she went to go see God's servant. And she said to him, I don't know what to do. He said, woman, what do you have in your house? She said, all I have left in my house is a little bit of olive oil. He said, gather every vessel that you can gather from everywhere, you and your two sons, close the door behind you and begin to pour from the little oil you have. And she had to make a decision. Am I going to trust God for the impossible, or am I going to doubt God? And friends, the difference between you getting out of your situation or you staying in that situation can be dependent on you either trusting or doubting. This woman chose to trust God and believe that He was able. And her and her sons gathered every vessel they could find, big and small. And when there were no more vessels they could find, they closed the door and she began to pour from that little urn she had with olive oil. And friends, the miracle happened when she acted in faith. The oil just kept coming and kept coming until every vessel was filled to the brim. And when every vessel was filled and there was not one more vessel left, the oil stopped flowing. What am I saying to you today? God is able to cause the provision to keep coming to you until every debt is cleared. Because this woman was instructed by the prophet to take those vessels and begin to sell the oil to pay off all the debt and be able to live off the rest. And I believe that God will cause His supply to keep coming to you as you go to work, as you do the best you can, because she had to do some work too. She didn't just sit back and it just dropped in her lap. She had to take what she had and put it to work. But when she put to work what she had, God multiplied it. God prospered it. God caused it to increase until all the debt was cleared and until she started to live out of the overflow. And I believe from today that God's going to cause all your debts to be cleared and for you to come into a place of the overflow. Did you know you're not anymore living out of the bottom of the barrel, but you're living off of the top of the barrel? That you're living out of the overflow. Now, can you believe this? I want to encourage you. Believe it today. Let this faith fill your heart that you are going to begin to prosper. And you may say, oh, Pastor Robert, how am I ever going to get out of this debt? With God's hand upon you, you're going to come out of this. With God's hand upon you, you're going to come out of this. Psalm 40 says, He delivered me out of a horrible pit, and He put my feet upon a solid rock, and He put a new song in my mouth. You're no longer going to sing, I'm in debt, but you're going to sing, I'm in the overflow. And you're going to be able to bless so many people. Don't just believe it for yourself. Believe it for what God will be able to do through you by being able to help others when you're in that place of overflow. God bless you.